Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying we might be possibly getting some new Kendrick, possibly SZA, possibly Playboy Cardi, visual soon, just some new dot. And the good folks, or my at Fantastic Hip Hop, I say folks, I think it's just one person, did a whole video about it, and we are here to break it down. Before we go, you know what time it is. Come on now, say it with me. Protect hip hop culture. Ladies and gentlemen, link in the pinned comment. Go grab you one. It's more than merch. This is a mission statement. If you believe in this, like I believe in this, go grab you one. Go to fromthevillage.us or go to my store below. I think it's like right before the comment section. Go check it out or link in the pinned comment. Let's get it. Fantastic hip hop. Let's
Now,
go.
for Drake and every other loser in hip hop right now, get out the way, because with what we have just found out, while someone like Drake thought he was going to be able to get his little Nokia video off and make that song go #1 in this time where he thought that the lane of what was popping in hip hop was finally going to clear up, well, that's just not the case, because we now have seen that for the first time since the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar has been spotted outside, and in typical fashion, he was getting to work on something new. And now, with what we know about this, from who was there and to what was being filmed, we can see that over everything else. Kendrick Lamar has another massive surprise for us coming very soon. And now, before we go any further into what this exactly is, and find out what Kendrick is exactly about to whoop Drake with in terms of making sure that his last...
Come on, fantastic hip hop go. Now, I will say that the rumor is, I don't know if it was rumor, but I think the Nokia music video was supposed to be dropping today. That's what everybody said. They said, let me Google this right now and see if it dropped. Nah, see, the Nokia music video was supposed to drop Friday. That's what everybody was saying, but it hasn't dropped. And then it came out with this stuff that Kendrick also might be dropping. I don't know if either of them are dropping today because it's already 12 my time, and I don't think that it's gonna drop today. But let's see.
Find out what...
That's why I wanted to do this video right now, because I don't know if the way the Kendrick dropped, I don't know if in 2 hours all of a sudden the Good Credit music video, the Luther video will pop up. So
Kendrick is exactly about to whoop Drake with in terms of making sure that his last chance to make a hit song just fails miserably. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and really, as we are about to continue witnessing one of the greatest runs we have ever seen in the history of music, it has never been more important to leave that like. And so now, with that said, when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, just like in typical fashion for the undisputed king of hip-hop, just when we were least expecting to see him again, Kendrick has popped up out of nowhere and is making noise just from the sheer presence of being spotted. And now, why all of this is so important is because Kendrick was not just seen outside, but he was filming what is looking like an entire music video. And with everything...
Now, this is the picture that was going viral, and there's actually more stuff that that speaks to Kendrick might be shooting a video. And I'm going to keep it so... If Kendrick has a music video ready, and they're waiting for Nokia to drop, because low-key, maybe they didn't drop Nokia today, the music video, thinking that Kendrick would drop, so they didn't want to but if they're waiting, because this looks like a GNX, isn't it? If they're waiting for it to drop if Kendrick's waiting for Drake to drop his music video, he is for sure, because Nokia is the single that they're trying to push from Sexy Songs for You, but it's been getting trounced by Kendrick this entire time, like trounced. So if they're doing that to trounce the music video, oh yeah, you're trying to erase this nigga.
Thing we know about this, from the props of the scene, which we can see pretty clear, to who we know was 100% confirmed to be on set with him.
Hit it, J3!
When you see the GNX car and see that Kendrick Lamar's stylist was right here, you'll quickly start to figure out that what was going on behind the scenes is very big, and because of the scale that we are seeing Kendrick and his team work with here, we can figure out a few things easily, and over everything else. Drake should take that little Nokia video, tuck it away, and run, because he is about to get embarrassed with what he is up against, because really, the first thing that should put every single person in hip-hop into fear about what Kendrick is about to do is that we have seen how private and under wraps what Kendrick and the people who work with him have been able to keep everything they do. So in of itself, with them going to a public place where people were able to see somewhat of what was going on, I think Kendrick and his team knew what they were getting into with this, and they either wanted or were aware that this was going to get out and build hype. And overall, because of that, it does seem very likely that whatever Kendrick and his team were working on is going to be coming out very soon, because the stakes for all of these projects that they are working on in this era have never been higher, which is especially true because with people like Drake and OVO, they literally have guys waiting around and trying to expose Kendrick's reveals before they happen to ruin them. And we literally saw an attempt of this with the Super Bowl itself. And so just understanding
that's why I keep trying to tell y'all that the music portion of this battle is, but it's not over. They're still trying to step on each other. This is, And I know that anybody who's talking about, oh, why is this still going on, is outing themselves to be a new hip hop fan. And they're, I swear to God, like, of course, everybody got to be new at some point. But when you new and you trying to learn is one thing. But when you new and you just so pompously putting your, let me tell y'all something, bro. These two are going to be linked together forever. Jay-Z was still trying to step on Nas's releases like a decade after Ether. Okay? This is how that works, bro. If you don't like it, go somewhere else, nigga. Because I love it. You know I love the battle. I love it on the mic. I love it afterwards. And honestly, with the lawsuit stuff, that's why I'm really on some, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. You tried to step on the Super Bowl, so we going to step on your, if that is what's going on, I can see it.
That alone, I think all of this is going to come out very soon, and with the tour lined up, and now with people knowing that Kendrick is out working again, there definitely is a sense of urgency. But beyond that, when it comes to the actual visuals that Kendrick Lamar and his team were crafting here, while some people were saying it's a good credit music video with Playboi Carti, and they really thought this because of the location it was being filmed at, which Carti is almost synonymous with because of the aesthetic, yeah, I just don't think Kendrick would be on a GNX for this, nor do I think Carti is filming a music video for this record, because based on the way his music album is shaping up, while the Kendrick records are doing big numbers because of the star power on them, it seems like Carti's team is pushing and working the Rather Lie song with The Weeknd to be the biggest track on the record over anything Kendrick has done, which overall just means that they would have no reason to organize such a big collab and moment between Kendrick and Carti if they are not going to put the resources into this song to make it a smash. And all
that's actually a great take. That's actually like some industry insider take. That's a very smart take to have. I would say though, with just how I think sporadic and random Playboi Carti is, you never know. With the person who kept telling people to stay up because the stream is dropping just to troll, just albums dropping just to troll them. You never know. The person who just randomly dropped music videos. Remember when, like, what was it, 2020, just randomly, blah, blah, blah. You never know. So if it ends up being good credit, I won't be surprised either. It could be Luther, but if it's good credit, I won't be surprised. I'm going to be happy either way.
So, also, I mean, Playboi Carti and anything that resembles what he does is not here, and there is a GNX, which is such a clear indicator that this is Kendrick Lamar's vision, and he has the lead on this.
True,
and so with that, before we go any further, we can at the very least conclude that this is a Kendrick Lamar project, and now within that, there's a few possibilities of what this could be, and everybody's trying to figure this out. And now, as Drake is releasing a Nokia video to try and get a #1 song there, and make a full-on push with that track as much as he can, some people are saying that this is part of what is going to become the Luther music video to make sure that that song continues to stay the dominant chart topper that it is. And while this does make sense, when it comes to there actually being a video from one of the biggest songs the entire music industry has seen in quite a while, I think there is definitely one, and I think it will.
I ain't gonna lie to you, that whole people being like, I mean, it was a stupid narrative, but the people being like, Not Like Us is only successful because it mentions Drake, even though it's more successful than anything Drake has put out in a year. So how does that make sense? Like, how am I get more, if he's supposed to be so poppin' that even dissing him gets me poppin', then shouldn't he be so poppin' that when he drop music, it's more poppin'? Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, if he's the reason that this is one of the biggest songs in hip-hop history, then shouldn't, what happened in No Face? Why hasn't Nokia beat, Luther has nothing to do with Drake. I mean, some people say he take a little shot, but not really. But like, all those he needed Drake narratives have been officially cooked, because Luther damn near the biggest song of it is the biggest song of GNX. And I'm glad Kendrick didn't put Not Like Us on GNX. I was like, when it didn't happen, like, why didn't you do this? You would have went multi-platinum, because it would have gave those weird incels something to bite on. To be like, see, but it's way smarter as a battle strategy to not put it on, and you still have one of the biggest songs in Luther. So
he has seen in quite a while. I think there is definitely one, and I think it will be the next thing dropping from Kendrick Lamar, actually, and it will make sure that Luther continues to stay #1 on the charts while Nokia won't even get close. And with that, that will once again just be another move in Kendrick Lamar's masterful strategy on how to change the course of hip-hop and keep things in control.
Facts.
But with that said, when it comes to this exactly being the Luther music video, considering how when SZA has been doing interviews, she has been talking about how busy both her and Kendrick's schedules have been, and with that, just understanding the level of planning they have been bringing to every single thing they have done, if there is a video coming for this, which I do think there is, it probably was filmed a while ago, and maybe when Kendrick and SZA did the rollout for the Grand National Tour. And so I say all of that to say, I do think the Luther video is coming, and in this next phase of Kendrick's genre-winning plan, it is going to drop maybe on the same day as Nokia even, and it's going to create another all-time great moment where Kendrick takes
hold on, let me look.
Another massive W, I am sure. But whatever that...
Low key, fantastic. I wasn't even thinking about this, but this is a great video from Fantastic Hip Hop. Cause low key, he could be 1,000,000% right, and it almost makes more sense what he's saying than what I initially thought of what everybody else thinks. Cause we all think that this picture that came out is Kendrick shooting the music video, and then people are also rumoring it's supposed to drop when Nokia dropped. But if they were just shooting the music video, and Nokia was supposed to drop today, then that's kind of like a hard. I couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a hard timeline to hit. But what would make more sense is if they've had this music video, they're waiting to drop it to boost up the Grand National Tour, and they leaked that picture because they heard Nokia's dropping, trying to scare Drake, like, oh, we got something for you. Like, warning him, like, go ahead, drop, nigga. We finna... Because the conversation was Nokia video is dropping, and then once that picture leaked, that wasn't a conversation no more. And I thought we'd wake up today with a Nokia music video. There's no Nokia music video, so something feels like an audible was called somewhere. Like, no, we gotta scramble. We're gonna pass, we gotta scramble now. That's what it feels like, and it makes sense with the GNX tour coming. Because it's the best of all worlds for Kendrick, because it keeps Luther the biggest song. It keeps Luther energy going. It extends the energy of GNX all the way. It bridges everything from GNX to the tour beautifully. And it makes Luther even bigger. So they're promoting the Luther song during the tour. And then also you get the consolation prize of Squash and Aubrey Nokia. Hey, you suing niggas. So at this point, it's up.
Video is not the same as what we have seen here. And I mean, just look at the visuals and ask yourself, does this even look like it would mirror what Luther sounds like? And also, just like with Cardi, SZA is nowhere to be found in any of what we have seen here, and more than that, really. I mean, if you look at the Luther record, their work as a duo is so essential to that song, I really don't know what the point would even be to have one of them in this setting and then not the other. And so while the Luther music video...
I don't really agree with that. That could just be a 2-second little clip where Kendrick's... There's a million reasons SZA couldn't. I don't agree with that, because it could just be the intro where he's walking in a gas station and maybe SZA's in there, or maybe Luther, the music video is a dream or something. There's a million different reasons you might not see SZA.
Video is coming, and it's gonna ruin whatever momentum that Nokia may have had. Kendrick's plans for new music don't seem to be stopping there, and the biggest reasons why we can figure out what's going on here is so much more than just a new music video. All comes to the setting itself. Which, important to note, this is very close to home for Kendrick, and really with where they have chose to make this video. Clearly based on the time this looks like it's around, and just the general design and setup of the frame that it seemed like they were filmed. Understanding the setting and just how many people on Kendrick's team were
I was about to say, I wonder why he didn't talk more about Kendrick's stylist being there. I felt like that was the best evidence.
involved with this. While there is rumors that Kendrick is filming a music video for a track like Hey Now, or more realistically TV Off, while TV Off does seem like it could be a real possibility, I don't think it's either.
I'll be happy
personally. I think what we are going to see here is something that is eventually going to turn out into some new music, and presumably what we are going to see here will lead off the deluxe or complete version of GNX. And why I say that, beyond this just seeming like a very important deal for Kendrick's entire team, is really because of the placement of the GNX car itself within all of this. Because if we think about the Super Bowl for a second, and again, we all know the type of storyteller that Kendrick Lamar is. When he was standing on top and right next to the GNX, he was performing the unreleased snippet that we heard in the album's trailer right before it dropped, and from the few visuals we have seen here,
fantastic. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch a lot of music. I watch a lot of your videos. You know, some of it, there's a lot of random Drake hate in there, and, you know, sometimes I'll be like, all right, it's a little OD. Even for me, it's a little OD, you know what I mean? But this video, when you're more just talking about, like, your thoughts and analyzing, boy, you chefing. You chefing, cooking. Like, there's a lot of new things you're pointing out that I'm like, damn, you're right, actually. But you think they're going to drop, I'm talking to you like I'm actually talking. So, fantastic. Do you think they're going to drop new music to roll out the GNX Deluxe before they have a Luther music video? I don't know about that. I still think the GNX Deluxe may be coming.
Performing the unreleased snippet that we heard in the album's trailer right before it dropped, and from the few visuals we have seen here, what is clear is that whatever that Grand National is out for this time has to continue its tradition of only being used for the utmost importance of both Kendrick's career and the entirety of the rap world. And on that exact idea of using these visual symbols to tell us your next move, anytime this car has been at the forefront of whatever Kendrick's doing, there has been a moment that is pushing something very important forward in his career, as whether it was the interview he did with SZA right before all of this, which showed us that the GNX album was always coming before we even knew what it was.
My boy boy fantastic analyzing, eh?
Super Bowl. Overall, every time we see this car next to Kendrick, the entire landscape of hip-hop shifts with how impactful the moves he makes are.
It's
I
that
think just
damn
based
car.
on that premise alone, and also the timing of this, because Kendrick Lamar is about to start the biggest tour in hip-hop history very soon as well. Whatever is being filmed here is going to be something that is going to create more noise than most videos ever will, because it's not just going to be a video for a song that we already know. But just based on all of the clues we can see, I think this could be what visuals are seen when Kendrick is going to finally deliver the full snippet from the trailer and Super Bowl that he has been playing. And overall,
I've been waiting for
from
that
the trailer and the GNX there to the Super Bowl to here, he really could be completing a story in a way that is getting us to a new place. And really, with Kendrick doing something like this, beyond just a new record or video that is going to open things up, but Kendrick coming back around and not stopping is going to stand in the face of all of the ridiculous antics that Drake and everyone around him are still trying to pull. And he's going to be telling them with moves like we are about to see with whatever this video ends up becoming, that they can't get away with how they are trying to ruin hip-hop, and that the shift that is going down right now.
You know, it is funny that he slams Drake, but he's right, though. Like, there's clearly an effort on both of these sides where it's like a battle for hip-hop soul. It's going to continue for a while, and if they successfully step on Nokia, that's going to hurt Drake.
Right now in the genre is not stopping anytime soon, as long as Kendrick has control of moments like these. But really, no matter what at this point, whether Kendrick's visual storytelling with the GNX continues and it ends up completing this song or giving us an advancement in the era as a whole, or who knows, maybe this is a music video for Luther or TV Off and I was wrong about what I was saying. Altogether, with Kendrick being active like this and working on bringing the visuals to a place where it is telling us the best story he can right alongside his music, we are clearly seeing this all-time great run continue, and all in all, we are learning that in this era for Kendrick Lamar, he is not playing around in terms of the experiences he wants to deliver and his role as the undisputed face of hip-hop, because this guy is really working like we have never seen somebody, and really already, despite having and holding so many different records and titles that no other artist in music is even close to right now, he just keeps wanting to push things further and further and find new ways to define his greatness. And if we are going to see this as his tour begins and get whatever this video ends up becoming, well then no matter what ends up happening, hip-hop fans are never going to have somebody better representing the genre, because with Kendrick, having somebody that cares this much about their craft and rap music as a whole is the best thing we have in an industry that is being ruined by people like Drake still. And really, if Kendrick keeps this up, he is going to take hip-hop to places that we have never seen even more. And so now with all that said, let me know. What do you think of what Kendrick...
That is super fire. Great video. That's probably my favorite video of yours too. And I'm ready for new Kendrick. If you're ready for new Kendrick, hit that thumbs up button and drop in the comments, say, new Kendrick. Also, speaking of new music, I got new music coming soon too. Protect hip-hop culture at all costs. Link in the pinned comment. Go grab it. And you might see, go buy one today. You might see my face popping up in your email. You dig? Love you.